Hi guys, it's me, Beth. Today we're going to talk about the Tournament of Books. Hi, thank you so much for joining today. So every year the morning news puts out a competition called the Tournament of Books. What they do is they gather up a long list of all of the year's best books as deemed by their panel. It's kind of a long list. Last year it was over 100. This year it's only 77. And then early the next year, say January or February, they're going to cull that list way down to about 20 of the best, and then they're going to pit those books against each other bracket style until we come out with an ultimate champion. It's great, it's deadly, it's competitive. I love it. So the morning news has released just recently their long list in the Tournament of Books. They've gathered up all the best books that they deem in 2017, and these are the books that will then next year be shortened down to a short list. Everyone in the Tournament of Books watching world is all aflutter right now, trying to decide which ones will move on to the short list, which ones are missing from the list altogether, just trying to figure out who the ultimate winner will be. There are several I've read that I'm not surprised at all to see it on the long list, including Lincoln and the Bardo by George Saunders, A Separation by Katie Kitamura, The Animators by Kayla Whitaker, excellent book, Eat Only When You're Hungry by Lindsay Hunter, of course you also know I love that book, Idaho by Emily Ruskovich, Universal Harvester by John Darnielle, The Leavers by Lisa Coe, The Book of Joan by Lydia Yuknovich, The Creepy Ill Will by Dan Chon, and of course the Mind-Bending Fever Dream by Samanta Schweblin. So it's a really good list of books, but I'm kind of surprised because there were several that I thought would make it to the long list that didn't. Those books include the wonderful and heartbreaking The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grann, although I'm not really sure if the Tournament of Books includes nonfiction or not. They probably say in plain English somewhere whether it does or not, and I completely managed to miss it. Sorry. Woman Number 17 by Eden Lepucki, I was surprised to not see on the long list because of its cast of wonderfully flawed, very flawed characters. Made for Love by Alyssa Nutting. I was kind of surprised not to see that one on the list because usually the Tournament of Books includes at least one book that's completely off the wall, and this one is definitely wonderfully off the wall. I'm surprised not to see This Is How It Always Is by Lori Frankel or If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, since both of these books have a really sensitive look at transsexuals and the life that them and the family and the community around them leads. I was kind of surprised not to see that. The Girl in Green by Derek B. Miller seemed like it was just made for the Tournament of Books. Let's see, The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Boyne. It seemed almost kind of like the Knicks. Last year the Knicks went really far by Nathan Hill, and it encompassed just one or two people, but within those one or two people's narratives it showed an entire nation's changing in place and time. Same story with The Heart's Invisible Furies. And then maybe the one I'm most surprised not to see on the list is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I have another video where I talk about some of the different themes that it encompasses. Aside from all the themes and all of the different takeaways you can take from the book, I'll just say here that in addition to that, it's just a really good story. The characters draw you in, the narrative draws you in. I'm really surprised not to see that one on the list. I would have thought that that would make not just the long list, but the short list as well. So I think that was maybe the biggest upset of the season so far. All right, guys, I am gonna get bold like Sriracha. I'm going to make some predictions of what will make it to the short list. Now, these aren't necessarily my personal favorites. You can go back and read reviews of several of these to see that there were several that I was very thoroughly meh about. But there are several that also won a lot of awards in their own right, have made a lot of other best of lists for 2017, and so of course I'm positive they'll make it through to the short list. How could they not, right? So my first prediction is Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. Not my personal favorite, although I do give it an A for effort, but this has made so many best of lists, and George Saunders won an award just recently for the book, so I definitely think we'll see that on the short list. The next one is Pachinko. I haven't read that one yet. I feel so bad because I keep hearing about how good it is, but I'm positive that Pachinko will make it, and it'll give me incentive to read it. It's kind of a long and intimidating book to take on. Maybe that's why I haven't delved in just yet. Fever Dream by Samanta Schweblin. This one was just so strange, but it did win the summer edition of the Tournament of Books, and I'm positive for that reason they're going to pass it on through to the short list. The next one is The Animators by Kayla Whitaker. This was a first time outing by this author, and excellent, excellent. And I follow a lot of different reading groups, and several of them have already started saying, I love The Animators so much. I really hope to see it on the short list. And so in my heart of hearts, I'm positive that their wish will come true. And my wish too. I liked it a lot. Another one is Eat Only When You're Hungry by Lindsay Hunter. I've talked on and on about how much I love Eat Only When You're Hungry and what a stark character study it is of a man on a downward spiral. And so I think that it deserves to be on the short list. And the morning news, if you are watching this and you do not put it on the short list, you will rue the day. Rue it, I tell ya. I'm serious. Sing, Unburied, Sing. I have just started this book, so I haven't delved in quite to the magic just yet on it, but this is another book that's getting a lot of buzz, that's already made a lot of best of lists. I'm sure we'll see it on the short list. The Leavers by Lisa Coe. This is about someone whose mom left him when he was a kid, left him, and then for the rest of his childhood and young adulthood, it follows him as he tries to find her. The reason that she left, we will find out, is in the book. I don't even want to say what kind of emotion it is because I don't want to give any part of the story away. Let me just say it's a really good book, and I will be happy, happy, happy to see it on the short list. Another one I think will make it is Manhattan Beach by Jennifer Egan. So I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't finished the book. I couldn't finish the book. Yeah, I got a little ways through it. I didn't finish it. It's not that it was bad or boring or anything like that. I just, for whatever reason, I didn't finish it. But I'm not giving up. I'm checking it back out again. I'm going to give it another try because I'm positive it's going to make it to the short list, and I want to have read it. So I'm going to give it another chance. I'm sure it's going to grow on me more and more. There are some books that kind of sneak up on you. Or at least in my experience there are. You read them and you're like, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible, and then all of a sudden you're crying hysterically because it's managed to grab you. The Planet of Junior Brown was one of those books for me. I hated it until all of a sudden I was so deeply moved by it. Her Body and Other Parties. I'm positive this one is going to make it as well. It has also made several best of 2017 lists. I haven't read this one yet. I know that it's a collection of stories, but I don't really know much beyond that, and I don't want to know too much going in. I think that there are some books that it's best that you just jump in. Exit West by Mohsin Hamid. I'm sure this one will make it too. This falls in that category I was talking about of important books with a capital I. It follows this couple as they flee from their war-torn country and have a series of mystery doors where they don't know what's behind it, but there's a whole other life awaiting them. Could be good, could be bad, could be paradise. It's kind of a fantasy a little bit, but rooted very deeply in harsh realities. So I'm positive that one's going to make it through. And then the last one I'm going to predict is The Woman Next Door, which I also have not read, but have on my list. I've actually checked that one out. I hear it's delightful. Can't wait to read it because I know that I'm going to see it on the short list. I just know it. I just know. I looked into my crystal ball of books and it said, you will see The Woman Next Door there. All right, so those are my predictions for the Tournament of Books shortlist. I'm going to check back in with you when the shortlist actually comes out and see how successful I was, because I'm positive I will be. We'll see. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow along, go to tournamentofbooks.com and follow along. When it gets down to the brackets, that's when it gets really exciting because they pit the books against each other and then a judge weighs in on which one they think wins and should go to the next round. Sometimes it's infuriating, sometimes it's validating, always it's good fun. All right, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your own opinions in the comments. Thanks again, and I will catch you next time. Bye.